Alright, what's going on everyone? Happy Halloween. Got another replay here for you guys and going to, kind of start from the beginning here because this is kind of how this match started for me. I the game on me crashed here to literally crash the desktop twice in this game. So I had to restart the client right away twice. So I'm thrust into the game right away off the bat. A little spooky. As you can see, the game's already been going on. Everyone's in position. I'm just here. I got some PVO gameplay here. And right off the rip here, I'm loaded into the game, and my divmate data here in the rooster is getting YOLO'd by Apollo Emilio right off the bat. Just ripping away YOLO Emilio, doing YOLO Emilio things to a Wooster and a Carl Johan. So I'm trying to get shots on this Apollo Emilio to see if I can help him so that he's just not out of the game. And Data gets the Apollo Emilio, however, he's already at less than a quarter of his HP as soon as I'm into the game. Data goes on to have a great game here, even despite that. He has a fantastic game here, considering he played the entire game basically on a quarter HP. And I'm going to go on to have a fairly solid game here too. This game is going to be back and forth, and that's why I wanted to show it to you guys. It's going to come down in the end here for the most part. Alright, got another Carl Johan here pushing into the middle in Bravo. Alpha's already been being taken. We have a Chung Mu and a Nagir over there against the Seattle and the Prince Albert. So yeah, we're going to work over this Carl Johan while we can. Got a fire on him at the moment. Kind of kiting him here. I've featured the PVO on the YouTube channel before, but this game was just really solid, and I wanted to make sure that I got a chance to show you guys. Pretty exciting stuff here towards the end. So PVO, I like to play it like a bit like a Hindenburg, but it gets planes. It's slightly less damage, and look at that wonderful bugs here. No bugs in the game. No lag issues with their servers. Wargaming, fix that crap, please. So anyways, Carl Johan gets smacked there, and we should be able to clean him up there. So yeah, despite that we're off and we're running here, our team's up. They have a Venom in the middle. Our team has captured Charlie. We have lost Alpha. I'm going to try my best to help out the Agir here on this Prince Adalbert, which is actually just a wild cruiser. So those secondaries are going to eat up that Agir, so I got to make sure I can help him there. So yeah, we're going to kind of get back into a cleaning position. I actually popped my Def AA here. Reason for that, even though the Malta's not striking me or anything, I want to make sure I can try to help out the Agir as best I can. And he's kind of taking the brunt of the damage here from this Prince Adalbert, so I want to keep him alive as long as I can. Hopefully he can live through it. That would be the ideal thing. So yeah, gonna continue peppering this Prince Adalbert here, and dropped my bombs there. My bombs are a little bit late. So the other thing too with the PVO, I had just played in here, and now I'm gonna try to avoid border hunting because I don't want to be a scumbag. The other thing too with the PVO, I had just played a golden game here. The golden's bomb drops are a little bit quicker. They don't have quite as much range, but they are a little bit quicker. So it's throwing off my ability to drop the bombs here on that Prince Adalbert, and that's going to kind of plague me later on in the game too. I'm still adjusting after that golden game, and honestly too, just get a little bit excited from this game too. So that mixed with playing the golden makes my drops weren't the greatest. I've got a few good ones in here, but yeah, just not ideal. So I'm kind of leaning into the Stalingrad because that's obviously going to be an issue for the Agir here now. And seeing what I can do. Our Chung Mu is trying to continue to torp towards the Stalingrad here. It's the right play. The Chungmu plays very, very well. There are a couple of players on this team that, you know, do exceptionally well. Obviously, Data for, you know, living and putting in work on a quarter HP. Chungmu plays really, really well. This Carl Johan plays well. And the Chikuma does some work here at the end, as well as the CV with the spotting and whatnot later on. So yeah. Now, suddenly a wild Shimikaze appears. I pop my Hydro here because I'm guessing there's probably going to be torps coming at me. My shells go right over the top of the Shimikaze, so that's not ideal. Also, Seattle pulling up there, and suddenly the wild Prince Adalbert appears again, and we're going to shoot the Prince Adalbert. We have our Johan in Bravo here as well with our new Sashimi. Instead of firing the Prince Adalbert, the Chungmu has torpedoes coming at him, and I'm going to switch my attention to the Stalingrad for the sole reason why. Stalingrad has radar. It's a threat to my DDs, as well as, honestly, the Stalingrad is probably a bigger threat to me as well in a kiting position, considering that I'm out of the Prince Adalbert's secondary range. Our Chungmu here is going to put in work there on the Shimikaze with the Carl Johan, and the Shima is now out. Continuing to focus this Stalingrad here. Charlie is all pretty much wrapped up there. They do have a Andalusia there that will eventually be pulling into Bravo. The Georgia's there and the Colombo. So that is going to be an interesting fight there at Charlie as well. So yeah, continuing now, Stalingrad went dark for a moment there, and we're now shooting the Prince Adalbert again here to try to help out the Carl Johan, since my Chungmu is, you know, actively cutting the Stalingrad, and we are now back to the Stalin, as the Prince Adalbert went dark. Going to shoot that man. Data is over here, putting in work. Despite the fact that, you know, he's played, you know, starting the game off at a quarter HP there. I switched to AP here for the Stalingrad. He is going to have to continue on a straight line there to try to avoid these torpedoes. So I'm going to have a juicy Stalingrad broadside here. And might be the worst drop of all time here coming up as well. So yeah, definitely did not lead those enough. And I've got another set, and I do the same thing. Should have put those way farther out. And they aren't going to hit, but it's not going to matter, because Stalingrad is just giving me all of the broadside, because now he has to avoid the wreck there. So we are shooting the Stalingrad, and that's going to be a dead Stalingrad. So alright, we are down here by almost 200 points here, the team, being that we don't have any caps. So kind of need to get a little bit more aggressive. It was a bit unfortunate that I, you know, started the game and had to restart the game and then restart it again. That's definitely frustrating. I wish that hadn't have happened, because I might have been able to keep like my gear alive. Prince Adalbert burnt DCP right away, so I'm going to try to shoot him again and hope that I get another fire on him. That would be pretty cool. Which we do. So he's going to be burning that fire for duration. I'm switching now to the Seattle. Data over there is now in a bit of a pickle, which is unfortunate. I've got CV planes coming at me, and this, I noticed that the CV planes are coming from like this area here. It's telling me either he's down here or he got uber aggressive and he's in Alpha. I also had Venom Torps at me, so we've got the Hydro going. Data takes out the Seattle, but in the meantime, the Prince Adalbert secondaries just proved to be too much there. But that was well played by Data there, continuing to keep in the fight there, despite, you know, having a wild DD YOLO him. We've got this Andalusia here now. Should be able to kill him. We get a participation ribbon there for the Chungmu's kill on the Prince Adalbert. Chungmu played very, very well here. We're going to continue to pepper and, you know, eventually kill this Andalusia, take out his propulsion there. So my secondaries are going to work them over a little bit here as well, and that's going to give me the ability to turn out from him, because I don't want to stay here, and you'll see the reason why in a moment. This drop is meh, and that's the thing. Got the Malta on me now as well, and I wonder why the Malta would be on me there. Magical. Anyways, so we're down pretty bad on points here. That kill puts us up on points. However, we still do not have the cap advantage. We do have the ship advantage for the moment, but we do not have the cap advantage. So, again, I had Venom Torps on me here. Need to dodge these, so I'm gonna swing my booty around and slow up here a little bit and let these sail on by me. And I'm going to try to put pressure into Alpha so that we can get the cap then. Our Chungmu is engaged with the Venom, however the Chungmu is pretty low there. So Venom versus Chungmu, and I think the Venom actually is going to get the better of him, but he does do some work there on the Venom. So that's the thing. If you guys are wondering as well, I do have Def AA available here on the PVO, but I am saving it, being that I know that he's just uses rocket planes, and I want to do work on his torpedo planes eventually. Those are actually probably going to be a bigger threat to me, because I'm going to have my heal up here in 11 seconds, 10 seconds. So as long as I can get that heal off, it's going to negate this fire. There's my AA defense expert. If you guys don't know already, the PVO has a very, very strong AA suite. It's honestly one of the better AA cruisers kind of right now. Being the mix of its somewhat tankiness and just the overall AA firepower here. So, going to continue going on here into Alpha to stall the points. CV's there, kind of guessed that was going to be the case. We're going to stall the points, shoot at the CV, continuing to take down the planes. Stalling the points here is something you're going to see we definitely needed to do. And over there at Charlie, the Venom is now in Charlie. So we effectively have no points that we're generating, and we're down by over 100 points. There is still a Colombo up there against the Chikuma 2, as well as our CV is going to be on that Colombo there too. Finally get a decent drop there in the Malta, although that was pretty easy. I'm continuing to use HE here because I just don't have like quite enough angle to get the Citadel on the Malta with him reversing, and you know, for whatever reason that's the case. Got 195k, there's my high caliber there, and Malta's putting up more planes. We get a fire on the Malta, and with this other salvo we actually pick up another fire on the Malta, something you don't see every day. I'm going to put out that fire because now I'm knowing that I'm going to be able to kill the Malta, and I'm going to need to conserve my HP, so put out that fire for that reason. And the Malta's going to go down here. Malta puts his planes up, and the Malta actually makes a somewhat smart move here. He doesn't turn around or try to strike me, which is honestly a good move there, because I would have just wrecked those planes anyways, and he's seeing what's going on at Charlie, and he knows that he needs to help out his Venom and the Colombo up there. So although I ate through what, 55 of those planes, that was actually kind of a smart move there by the Malta. So I'm in the cap now. I'm picking up the cap. We're still down by points. They are up on or down on ships. However, that Chikuma is going to have a bit of a rough time with the Colombo, as well as he's got to worry about, you know, his angling to the Wumbo, as well as to the Venom Torps that are now inbound on him. And that, by the way, that Venom played very, very well there this entire game. He tried to do his damnedest the entire game to give the W for his team. We pick up the solo cap there, so some more experience there, and I'm going to continue to push into Bravo. We're going to need to at least stall that and hopefully pick that up. as you look, they are still technically up on points here, even with just the one cap. So continuing on, the Chikuma's working over the Colombo there. However, the Chikuma does fall to the Colombo. So momentarily we're down on points here again. And there's the Colombo. And Chikuma's got his planes inbound as well as the Essex. And the Colombo is only on 5k. However, the Colombo is going to die here to the Chikuma. So he gone. That's helpful. That puts us up on points now. There is still this issue with this pesky Venom. I am on 4 kills. I do have my high caliber. We have our brothers in arms, myself and Data, and we got our generally offensive. I kind of want the Kraken here, so gonna continue pushing through here. Again, stalling their points. Now it's almost academic that, you know, with me in here, as long as I don't int into Venom Torps, that we're going to win. Even if this Venom were to live, basically ensures us the victory. I pop my Hydro here so I can spot the Venom Torps. Our Chikuma misses on the Venom. The Venom just is dodging everything. He's that meme, you know, I can dance all day, I can dance all day, try and hit me, try and... That's basically the Venom right now. And he does a pretty good job of that, and staying in the fight. The Venom had fight in him till the bitter end, and played a heck of a game there. So we're gonna get some more experience here. So already shaping up to be a pretty solid experience game. Get another solo cap here as well. So we're looking pretty golden now. We've turned this game around. Back and forth this game. These drops are pretty poopy, but I kind of realized that I just want to make him think about that and not so much think about the Essex that's dropping him. He gets out of the way of my drop here. I'm now mini-map shooting him. I can't quite see over this mountain. And I'm just hoping that something hits. He just stops and turns in and misses my shells there. Rats. And I was leaning a little bit high to try to just lob over the island and hope that something happened there. Down to 47 seconds on the game. The Venom is in that cap, and looks like he's going to be able to pick up the cap. More Venom Torps on me. This guy was an absolute animal with the Torps. Just really, really good awareness by the Venom. So, yeah, Venom picks up that cap. There's really still no way that he can win the game, but he's trying his darndest here. Our Essex is looking to kill the Venom. Venom smokes up, goes dark. I shoot him. I get my Kraken. Generally offensive in our coordinated attack for our div. 216k there, 5 kills, 55 planes shot down, 2 solo caps. That is good for an expert badge in the PVO there. Had a bunch of hits, couple kills here with 5, a bunch of planes shot down, 2 solo caps here. Bunch of fantastic medals here, and that whopped us our magical number of 3.1k, almost 3.2k base experience in the PVO. Again, that's with missing the first few minutes of the game. I really wish that my game hadn't crashed to desktop there. I would have liked to have tried to keep that gear alive. Again, the Essex on our team put in work there. The Chikuma 2 put in work there. The Chungmu did as well. The Carl Johan put in work, and miraculously, Data put in a solid amount of work, considering he was on less than a quarter HP right off the rip at the beginning of the game. So, oh geez, back and forth game there. Hope you guys appreciated it. Detailed report here. Did a bunch of damage there. Stalin, yeah, we touched some boats here. Did some stuff here. Also tanked 1.4 million potential. Not a whole lot of spotting or anything, but that's fairly solid for a cruiser for tanking as well. If we look down here, we did 137k with just our main batteries. and then we did 120k worth of damage with the fires that we set. PVO is just chef's kiss, mix of, you know, the Hindenburg with planes, and then a really, really solid AA suite. I'm not sure if there might be a couple boats that might have been able to replicate this game, but the PVO was definitely the easiest to do it in. I still had, you know, half my HP there at the end of the game, and yeah, that was a heck of a game. I wanted to make sure that I got a chance to show you guys all that. So yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, safe Halloween and have fun. Um, and yeah, I will be on again streaming tonight as well as tomorrow. If you guys weren't, you know, following there or whatever, stop by, say hi. You know, I do the Twitch thing too. So yeah, solid PVO game. Great boat. If you guys don't already have the PVO, consider trying to grind for the PVO. Or you can't grind for the PVO, sorry. It might come out during Christmas or something like that. So why did I say grind for the PVO? Anyways, if you get a chance to get your hands on a PVO, rather, definitely worth getting. So yeah, there we go. PVO gameplay for you guys. Catch you all later. See ya.